Welcome to episode 4 of the Dear Mind Listen podcast. Today we're taking a deep dive into something everyone seeks. Happiness. In a world full of constant demands, all this digital noise, and endless temptations, understanding true happiness feels more crucial than ever, especially for navigating modern challenges like, stress, maybe even the pull of addiction for some. We'll be drawing some really profound insights from Swami Chinmayananda's Self-Unfoldment, which honestly offers timeless wisdom on this exact subject. Our mission today, it's to explore how happiness isn't just, a fleeting feeling, but maybe a state you can actually cultivate, something independent of external stuff, offering a pathway, hopefully, to inner peace for you right here, right now.
It's truly eye-opening stuff. Because Swami Chinmayananda explains that really at their core, all our activities, everything we do is motivated by one of two things. We're either trying to avoid discomfort, pain, or we're actively seeking comfort, pleasure. We're constantly trying to feel better or, stop feeling bad.
And yeah, so often our first instinct is to look for that comfort, that better feeling in things outside ourselves, whether it's the latest phone, like on social media, or maybe even, chasing quick fixes to numb stress or anxiety. It really feels like the world is constantly shouting that happiness is just one purchase away or one experience.
And that's exactly the illusion Swami Chinmayananda wants to challenge. He reveals that while, yes, contact with sense objects can bring a kind of temporary calm, that tranquility is fleeting. It doesn't last. True, lasting satisfaction simply doesn't come from sense gratification. He points out that most of us haven't truly analyzed happiness. We just keep believing these external objects are the source, and that's a really crucial distinction to make.
That's a powerful point that we haven't analyzed happiness sufficiently. So, okay, if we're constantly misled by these temporary highs, especially with all the pressures of modern life swirling around, what's the path to something more enduring? Because that cycle of chasing, it just leaves so many feeling, perpetually unfulfilled, doesn't it?
Right. And this is where Swami Chinmayananda introduces a really radical concept. He talks about this unique, often dormant capacity within us, humans. A capacity to quiet the mind and enjoy real tranquility without depending helplessly on anything external. See, this isn't some mystical secret. He says it's an innate capacity. It's inside all of us, just waiting to be awakened. It basically means true peace isn't out there somewhere. It's always within.
Wow, okay. That's incredibly liberating, actually. It suggests we don't have to be slaves to our environment or, what society or ads or even our own impulses tell us we need to be happy. Which brings us neatly to what Swami Chinmayananda calls the happiness equation. It sounds mathematical, but it's actually a surprisingly elegant formula for inner peace.
It truly is. Happiness, he basically says, can be expressed like this. Number of desires fulfilled divided by number of desires entertained.
Mhm.
Now, this isn't just simple math, right? It's a profound insight into how our perception of fulfillment, which is tied to our internal state, directly impacts our, let's call it, happiness score.
Okay, so let me get this straight. To increase happiness, you've got two options. Either increase the top number, fulfill more desires, or decrease the bottom number, entertain fewer desires. And most of us, myself included probably, instinctively go for that first option, right? Just try to fulfill more and more, thinking, more things equals more joy.
Exactly. That's the common approach.
Yeah.
But here's the crucial catch, the paradox he points out. While fulfilling an existing desire does quiet the mental agitation it creates for a moment, fulfilling desires generally causes more desires to spring up. It feeds itself. So if you just focus on increasing that numerator, fulfilling more, you're basically on a treadmill, always wanting the next thing, the next hit. Just think about how many apps you download or how many trends you try to follow. That initial excitement, it fades fast, right? And then new desires emerge, creating new agitation. It becomes this never-ending cycle, constantly feeding mental unrest.
So if fulfilling desires just breeds more desires, then the very act of chasing what we think will make us happy could actually be making us less happy in the long run.
It sounds like constantly trying to fill a bucket that has a hole in it.
Yeah.
The more desires you have, the bigger the denominator in that equation gets,
Yeah.
which actually reduces your overall happiness score. That's a profound trap, especially when you're dealing with constant external pressures.
It really is. And what Swami Chinmayananda shows us is that the most effective way, the sustainable way, to establish permanent happiness isn't by endlessly adding to our desires list. It's by consciously reducing the number of desires we entertain in the first place, often by directing our thoughts towards something higher, a guiding principle perhaps. This naturally lessens mental agitation. It allows your mind to quiet down, revealing that innate capacity we talked about, that capacity for real lasting joy. It boils down to cultivating contentment and, importantly, inner independence, which are absolutely vital tools for anyone trying to navigate the stresses and strains of today's world. Okay, let's quickly recap the key insights from our deep dive then. Swami Chinmayananda reveals that happiness is fundamentally a state of mind, really measured by its tranquility, its quietness, and that true, lasting satisfaction doesn't come from the endless pursuit of external objects or experiences. We saw how chasing desires often just leads to more desires, trapping us in this relentless cycle of wanting, which feels especially amplified by modern pressures.
Exactly. And the powerful happiness equation shows us the real path forward. Increasing happiness not by trying to fulfill an ever-growing list of desires, but by radically reducing the number of desires we entertain, the ones we give mental energy to. This is what lessens the mental chatter, the agitation. It allows your mind to quiet down, revealing that dormant capacity within you to find real, permanent tranquility, regardless of what's happening around you. This inner independence is truly the ultimate key, I think, to navigating the pressures, the problems, and the temptations of modern life.
So perhaps true freedom isn't really about getting everything you want, but more about wanting less and finding that deep, unshakable contentment within yourself. See you next time with another insight into an interesting topic.